Greetings, welcome to the Gifted Soul Tarot. This evening I'm going to be reading for Virgo. I'm going to be doing a career reading. And this is for the period 12th to the 19th of April. If you haven't visited my website, please go along and have a look at my website. It's been constructed. It's looking pretty good. Please give me your comments. I'd appreciate it. Please also like and subscribe to my channel. I've had several requests from subscribers to speak louder, so I've actually got an earpiece on, and I hope it projects better. Well, I hope it is, you know, we can hear it. I didn't realize how softly my voice was. Right. So what I can see off the cuff is that the Querent is putting a lot of energy into their work situation. So much so that there's going to be a burnout if you're not careful. If you don't, I think you're worrying more than anything else. And I understand it's stressful times now with this coronavirus and the lockdown, so it makes it difficult to be productive during this time. But I think, we all have to do it. No matter how difficult it is, we have to, get things going at the office. It doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter if we're working in a silo from home. I think now is the time that we need to be far more productive than what we are at work. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Things are not very good on the job market. Right. This is the overall energy. It's the Chariot. So it tells us that your goal's in sight. You're working towards your goal. You can see the Wheel of Fortune just above that chap's head. There's only one concern though. Don't put the cart before the horse and try and rush to your goal quicker than guarded time, because I think these things do take time. So keep your eyes firmly set on the goal, and just go ahead and keep your goal in sight. You'll get there, but you don't have to rush. Right now, so as I explained to you, the Querent is putting an awful lot of energy into their work at the moment. And as I say, I can understand why with this coronavirus, and there's a lot of uncertainty, especially with, globally with this pandemic, and it's messing with a lot of people's lives at the moment. The finances aren't what they ought to be. Things are not very good to do with our investments and shares and the likes. So, I think we're all a bit stressed, we're all a bit worried at this stage. But I think we just need to, pardon me, just compose ourselves and go ahead with this, because there's nothing we can do. You've got to ask yourself the question, what can I do? And if there is nothing you can do, the only thing you can do is carry on servicing your clients, carry on working, and carry on if you're in a managerial position and you have people working under you. Set the work activity, control it via a roster, and we have to be instrumental in getting the people together so that we can get, at the end of the day, we need to get the projects done. We need to keep our pulse on things at work. It's very important. The forces against our career. We've drawn the Five of Swords. Now the Five of Swords tells us that we're sharpening our sword, and it tells us that we need to strike while the iron's hot. So this is what I say to you. We need to get ahead of ourselves. We need to be in a position where we are speaking to our clients, either from a platform where we can have a conference call and we can speak to the clients and put their mind at rest. Pick up the telephone, pick up the mobile and call them. I mean, there's nothing stopping us. We know it's difficult. We're in lockdown at the minute, but that shouldn't deter us in any way from servicing our clients and from servicing our internal customers. So I think we need to be constructive in that, and we need to strike while the iron's hot, especially if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a shareholder in a company, or you've got a business venture, you've got a partner and you've got a small business. Now is the time that we have to be instrumental in giving more to our customers and more to our staff members than ever before. Okay, that's important. Now, the past, we've got the Fool card here that speaks of the past. That speaks of new beginnings. Okay, and it could be that you've taken on a venture before this lockdown. It could be that you set your minds on doing something, for yourself, or maybe you set your sights on doing something by yourself, and that's fine as well. As I say, we're a free moral agent here. The card of the Fool. We're a free moral agent. We're going about our business. We've got the universe that's supporting us. Go out there and do what we can. Market yourself, sell yourself. If it's a business that you're trying to open, go and sell yourself to the people. Sell your skills. Now we have to be smart. You've got to go out there, even if you're unsure of how you're going to get things together because it's a new venture. You know what? A little bit of, I'm not going to say trickery, but I'm saying, market yourself. Go out there and market yourself. Because if you know what you're going to be selling and you're good at what you're going to sell, there's no harm in marketing yourself. And I think that's the call here. Go out there, market yourself. Those that need to upskill. Because I also see that some of you will be getting a promotion of sorts if you've got a white collar job, and you're going to be controlling a lot more people. There's going to be people that you need to control. So you're going to be doing something constructive and something that you haven't done before. That's on the cards, if it's not already. Our present future, we've got the Lady of Queens. Now, the Lady of Queens speaks about, and it's neither feminine or masculine. This is interchangeable. It speaks of someone that's used to the finer things in life. They're used to the champagne, but they've also got the champagne money to go. And I think, now more than ever, folk are concerned, especially at this stage with the pandemic going on, and they're concerned and they're worried. Will I be able to upkeep, the lifestyle I've been accustomed to? Here it shows, it's a positive card, this. This is your future. You're still going to go ahead. Nothing's going to change. You're just going to better yourself, if anything. Okay? So move into the light. You need that energy we spoke about, that a lot of you are applying into your job. We need that sort of energy. Don't stop on that, Keep on, carry on, and go forth. The course of action we need to take, we've got the Seven of Staffs. Now, the Seven of Staffs indicate that it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And I think we all know that. This is the course of action we need to take. And this is the fire we need in our belly. We need to go out there and market what you've got, service your clients, be in touch with your workers, put a plan of action into place. And we need to have the art of delegation, because that's what's going to get us through at this time. It's fine planning, fine tuning. And we know that the world is tough. We know that everyone's scrambling. Everyone, wants to get ahead of everyone else because, it's our bread and butter. It's our jobs. Our job at the end of the day. It's our well-being, that's at stake, and I can understand that. But this is a time now when we have to be really vigilant, and we can't say, you know what, we're going to do things after the pandemic's over, after the lockdown's over. It's going to be too late. Okay, so you need to start making a course of action, and you need to start getting a plan together now, right now, not after the lockdown. It's going to be far too late. Now, your people and your environment is the energy of the Hierophant. Here you can see the masculine and feminine energies are coming together. Okay, you can see the books open. At this stage in the Hierophant's life, you know, we've passed the Fool. We've moved on. We've become wiser, and we know what we want, and we're going for it. But remember one thing: we don't know it as we ought to know it, because we're not even a quarter of the way to complete this 360 and to get to the world card. So, you know, we've got to persevere and push on. Okay, now's the time that you've got to pull yourself towards yourself and get out there and, you know, display the wisdom you have. So whether that's in your company, whether that's in a young entrepreneurship, whether that's you're the senior manager in a white collar job, you need to go out there and do what you have to do. Okay, you've got the skill, you've got the wisdom, use it. Go ahead and use it. That's what it's all about. Now then, our outcome is the Knight of Staffs. Now take a look at that card, the Knight of Staffs. That's a very positive energy. Okay, there you can see it's attracted to there's a lot of energy here. There's an awful lot of energy here for Virgo. So I don't think I don't foresee a problem. The only problem I foresee is if you're not going to do anything, if you're going to have an intention rather than an invention. You know, go out there and put your best foot forward. Do what you have to do. You know, your clients are paying you. You know, they want to see results at the end of the day. They don't want to, you know, be told that it's a pandemic. You people can do nothing. You're waiting for, you know, lockdown to be over. You're waiting for this pandemic to finish. Too late. It's full of excuses. You can't have that. You know, it's not going to serve us well at all. But the overall outcome, the energy is good. It's one of stability. It's one of strength, and it's one of determination. And that's what we need to have at this time. We need to have resilience. Pardon me. Okay, now I'm going to pull some clarification cards, and I'm going to use the Mona Lisa deck to do that. So let's see what we can add onto what we've already got. So I'm going to ask my spirit guide, Swami, to help me and bring the messages forth for Virgo, so we know the course of direction to take. Because it's a difficult time we're going through right now. A lot of people have lost a lot of money in their career. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. And I don't think it's going to be easy, you know, going forward. It's how we handle it that matters. We've got to move out there, and we've got to pursue our business, you know, pursue our careers, pursue our job, because that's what's going to get us ahead, especially in this time. It's no good waiting until this is all blown over. By then, it's too far gone. People have been constructive now. A lot of people are not being very constructive and very communicative, but there's a lot of folk that are. So don't think that, you know, it's time to slow down and wait for this all to be over. It's not going to serve you well at all. So I can see there's a lot of in the Quarren side. There's a lot of omens. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of swords being thrown. You know, as I say, people are scurrying, and they're betwixt and between right now. And yeah, as I say, rightfully so. We don't know. We're unsure, and when we're unsure, it creates havoc. So that's what I see for the Quarren. It's a bit too many. And then, of course, on the forces against the career, where I said strike while the iron's hot, we've got the Knave of Pentacles. And he's riding in very quickly. But the message here is, while I say strike while the iron's hot, just be exceptionally careful that you need to wrap things up. So before, if this is a business venture, if this is a new entrepreneurship, pardon me, make sure that you dot your I's and cross your T's. And and there's a big note here to say that you need to make sure that you go through the contracts, pay attention, great attention to detail, because once the contracts are signed, it's all over. So there's a warning here. Pay attention to the contracts, and that's the forces against our career at this stage. And in our past, as I said, we've got the Fool card. We've gone out on a limb, we've learned the lessons we need to learn. We're still learning, of course. And I said, market yourself. It's important right now. And then married up with the Fool, we've got the 9 of Wands, which tells you that you need to do what you love. You need to, whatever passion you have, whether it's, as I say, whether you've started a new business or you've got a business currently, do what you love and go for it. Market yourself, go out there, service your customers. Don't wait until things are over, okay? Because we may be on another 21-day lockdown. So it's not going to serve us well to wait. Because while we're waiting, there are people that are moving ahead. They're doing what they should be doing, And nothing should stop us really, at all. Nothing should stop us from carrying on, We can work quite comfortably in a satellite office, especially the businessmen, especially the entrepreneurs. Those folk that are in white-collar jobs, yes, I don't say no. There's a few things that cannot be done from home, but communication is not one of them. So, there's no excuses for the lack of communication. So do what you love. That's the message here. That was the message of the past. And, as I say, it's the Fool card, so it was new beginnings. So, if this is something you've done, of recent, then you need to get on with it, because you need to follow your passion. Right now. So then, after the past, as I said, we need to follow our passion. We were the Fool. We're going ahead. We're a free moral agent. We're going ahead with what we want, and we're upskilling. We're doing all that, which is great, because we need to keep ahead of times. And in the present, I see that, as I said to you, we enjoy that the finer things of life, and yes, that's great. And I think there's a bit more. It's more in your head that, will I be able to, support my family, in the manner that they used to? And I think, that's a bother for a lot of folk now, because they're thinking, what if, what now? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to our career? But I think you need to just press on, as I said, this is all in your head, more in your head than, as if it were real. We've married this up with the 6 of Pentacles, which speaks of always define why gifts are given, Make sure it's not bribery. Make sure it's not bribery and corruption. Make sure that, money changing hands, it comes from a good source, okay? All right, and that's important. So move ahead with your plans, but always define why money changes hands, and make sure that everything's above board. Our course of action. We drew the 7 of staffs, which told us that it's a dog-eat-dog world, every man for himself. And we've paired that off with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I think, having said this, I think it's time that we need to press on. We need to go out there, and as I said, we need to be that person. Try, it's not a case of saying, try and be ahead of, the next person in your organization. Go out there and finish the project that you're working with. Finish it from start to completion, And at this time, as I say, if there's, you can't do much in the office, work from home. You know, you can still answer those emails. You can still pick up the mobile phone and contact your clients, contact your customers. So be visible. You know, don't take a reprieve on conference calls and stuff like that. You need to go full steam ahead with this matter. And as I say, we've paired that off with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles speaks of we need to ascertain whether we want a good life, which I spoke about here. In our future, do we want the good life, or are we looking for? Is it just all about a flash in the pan? What is it? Is this all about a flash in the pan, or is it that we want a good life for our family? Okay, and I think it's something that you really need to consider. Maybe some of you are going out with a lady friend or a man friend, and you know, at this time, mostly you need to make sure that you follow your passion. Make sure that you're not making excuses, and you know, if you do engage with your other half, or your partner, or your fiance, or you know, your friends first, just make sure that you do what's best for yourself and what's best for the company. Don't do things rash. You know, work through everything, and as I say, it's very necessary. We need to move ahead with this. Think clearly. You know, don't, if your partner says, you know what, perhaps now we can, you can give your job up, or you know, I think it's a good idea for you to, you know, maybe, you know, take a gap year, or take a what do they call it? Gosh, what do they call this? When one takes a sabbatical. Just think clearly about it before you act. Think about it and make sure that you've covered, you know, you've dotted your I's and you've crossed the T's, because that's going to serve you well. And then, of course, with the people and the environment, as I said, we pulled the Hierophant, which tells us that we've still got a long way to go, you know, in our 360 before we become the world. So we need to press on, and as I said, it's a joining of the masculine and feminine energies, and you know, you've still got to go on. You still got to put your best foot forward, and do what's best. You see, he's wearing the 3 triple crown there. Do what's best for your company. Do what's best for your job. Do what's best for, if you're, you know, a young entrepreneur. Do what's best for you. That even covers if you are studying, if you're busy doing your degree or whatever it is. Carry on doing what you're doing. Carry on opening your books. Carry on learning. Go forth. You know, don't procrastinate. Don't. And then we've paired that off with the Queen of Chalices, which talks about you know, going within and doing meditation, and that fits in nice, you know, so perfectly with the Hierophant. Now's the time to reflect, and I think that's what we need to be doing right now, is reflect on the past, and you know, think about the future. Think about where you're going and what you're going to be doing, and where you want to get to is the most important. Now, as I explained to you, the outcome, we drew the Knight of Staffs, which I said was a great, excellent card. It was a card of stability. It was a card of moving forward. It was a card of a lot of energy. Whatever you're doing, you're putting a great amount of energy into it, and make sure it's good energy spent, not energy that you worried and you know you're concerned. You need to go forth with this, and it's paired off with the 3 of Chalices, which tells of make wise decisions. Okay, something that you can reflect back on. Make wise decisions. This woman's given up her baby. She can't support the child, so, and she can't give it a good life, so she's leaving it at someone else's door, and it's a sacrifice she's made, okay, to give that child a better life. So like I say to you, you know, just think about things carefully, and be strong about this. We need to be strong right now. Now I'm going to pull some cards from the Psychic Tarot deck, just to get more clarification on what we've already clarified. And there's going to be a material harvest for the quadrant. You know, you're putting you're putting a lot of energy into what, you know, into your job, into your enterprise, and you're going full steam ahead. I said to you, be careful that you don't burn yourself out. I also said that a lot of it's in your head, and you're more worried than the thought of, you know, the loss. I think. And it shows you that if you carry on doing what you're doing, there's going to be a material harvest in your favor. I feel compelled to take the mental conflict card. And therefore, the forces against our career, we've got new beginnings, which is great. It ties in beautifully. Just watch those contracts. Watch that you know, pay attention to detail. Strike while the iron's hot, but pay attention to detail. Those contracts are everything. Make sure you read through the small print, because that's going to save you. Let's put this here. Yeah, it's a small print that we need to read through and make sure that everything's legit. In our past, as I say, with the Fool card, we need to pursue what we love, and we're going to have a bit of mental conflict. And like I said to you, it's all about in your head more than it is anything else. So, you know, go within and meditate and get your answers from meditation. Call on your spirit guides. If you've got an advisor, you know, pick up the phone and phone your advisor and talk through all those things that are worrying you and you know, that you find that you're stressing over. Pick up the phone and phone them and talk to them, because you know, problem shared is always a problem halved, I think. And then, as I said to you, you know, the future, we were worried about if we could keep that lifestyle up, the lifestyle that we're becoming used to, you know, for our family. And as I said to you, always define, you know, why gifts are given. Make sure that there's not bribery and corruption. Make sure that the money that's changing hands is from a good source. That's, you know, that it's not blood money. It comes from a good source. And then we've also drawn that. What we've done is drawn the heart chakra card, and that was, you know, coupled with the Lady of Coins as well. So then, you know, I think we just, sorry, these cards are flying. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So here we've got the Lady of Coins, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and we've got the heart chakra. So I think, you know, we need to just be very careful that we pay attention here. It's going to, you know, serve us well. You know, go within, check on the money situation, and make sure the money's coming from a good source. Of course, with the heart chakra, it's the fourth chakra. That's where love resides. What else can I say? Love resides there, compassion, harmony, peace. It's the house of the soul. So it needs to be, you know, it needs to be open. There can't be any blockages in that chakra. It also takes care of the lungs, the heart, the arms, and, you know, the physical body. The hands, as well as the thymus gland, which is just before you get the throat chakra. Now, if you know, we fall enough through our heart chakra as well, so you know that we can't afford to have any blockages here. You know, it's the emotional center. Yeah, and you know, when you do fall in love, it's manifestations. It comes in the form of the heart chakra. It's all to do with it moves from the base chakra through to the heart chakra, and this is where we have manifestations of marriage and settling down, etc., etc. So this is, you know, this is important for us to keep this open. If there are blockages to the chakra, we become inhumane. We lack compassion, and we've got unprincipled behavior, which we don't, you know, we can't afford to have. So, as I say, you know, if you need to call in your spirit guides, that's what you need to be doing, so that we can make sure that there's no blockage with the heart chakra. Our course of action, as I said, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. We pulled the Seven of Staffs. We combined that with the Queen of Pentacles. And I said you need to really think if it's something that if you want the good life, the life of luxury, or you just want a flash in the pan. And that's something you need to have. And if you are approached by your significant other please weigh everything up, you know. Make sure that you're not just doing it because, you know what, I've got a good relationship with this woman or this man, and, you know, I feel sexually satisfied with this person. That's not going to help, you know, your situation with the work situation. That's not going to stand you in good stead, you know, for the week. So just go through everything. And we've also got the Psychic Tarot, which we've called Partnerships and Alliances. So there you have it. I just want to give you a good view of that. Partnership and alliances. That's for the course of action. And our people and the environment, we spoke of the Hierophant. We spoke of going within and, you know, thinking about things and, you know, pulling back and looking at everything from a critical angle. And here's confirmation of people and environments. Choose wisely. That's what I said to you. You know, you now need to go within and you need to choose wisely. You can't just make a rash decision. There's got to be, it's got to form the basis of something very thought out and very structured. And our outcome, we have the Knight of Staffs outcome, which is a strong, stable sort of energy, and you know, very in control. We need to think about things carefully, and sometimes it's better to give something up. You know, that's going to serve us well in the long run. And we've got this beautiful card of hope. Okay, that's of hope, and that's for our outcome. So that's all I've got for you tonight. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated with you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and comments will be welcome. Thanks for being here, and I'll pick you up in the next video.